A very special Christmas tree. It was Christmas Eve, and Tinker the Squirrel was tucked up warm and snug in his little home in the big oak tree. He was staring at one of the pictures in his book. "Oh dear," he sighed as he shut the book. Just then, Mrs. Rabbit was hopping by and heard Tinker sigh. Mrs. Rabbit liked Tinker and knew how cheerful he usually was. It was very unlike him to sigh. "What is the matter, Tinker?" she called softly. Tinker looked out of his hole. "I have just seen the most beautiful Christmas tree in my book. It was covered with shiny balls and pretty lights that twinkled like stars." Tinker showed Mrs. Rabbit the picture in his book. "It is beautiful," said Mrs. Rabbit. "I wish I had a tree like that instead of my dull brown one," said Tinker. "Never mind, Tinker," said Mrs. Rabbit. "It'll soon be spring again, and your tree will be covered in beautiful green leaves." "Yes, you are right," said Tinker, "but I still wish it was prettier for Christmas." "You should go to sleep now," said Mrs. Rabbit. "Tomorrow is Christmas Day." Mrs. Rabbit hopped away. She did not like to see her friend so sad at Christmas time. She wondered if there was anything she could do to help. On her way home, she met Herbert Hare, Freddie Field Mouse, and Daisy Dormouse. She told them all about the tree in Tinker's book and how unhappy Tinker was that his tree was all bare. "He is such a good little squirrel," said Mrs. Rabbit. "It would be lovely if we could make his Christmas rather special. But how?" Freddie and Herbert said together. "I have an idea," said Mrs. Rabbit. "Come with me." The next morning was Christmas Day, and Tinker was awakened by a great deal of whispering. He crept out of his hole to see what all the noise was about. All his friends were gathered around the foot of the tree. "Happy Christmas, Tinker!" they all cried. Tinker looked all around him and could hardly believe his eyes. While he had been asleep, his friends had been very busy. They had been collecting pine cones, berries, nuts, mistletoe, and holly, while some spiders had been spinning some delicate webs. When everything had been gathered together, the animals started to decorate the tree. All the gifts were hung from the branches, and the tree no longer looked dull and bare. As the snow began to fall, the tree sparkled brightly. "It's beautiful," said Tinker, "much more beautiful than the tree in my book. Thank you all so much. This is the best Christmas present I have ever had." Counting to Christmas. I'm counting to Christmas. Days 1, 2, and 3, I paint, cut, and paste. Days 4 and 5, I write, stamp, and send. Days 6, 7, and 8, I pour, measure, and mix. Days 9, 10, and 11, I shape, bake, and decorate. Days 12 and 13, I wrap and tie. Days 14 and 15, I pop and string. Days 16, 17, and 18, I sing and I play. Days 19 and 20, I cut, spread, and sprinkle. Days 21, 22, and 23, I trim and gaze. Day 24, I share and give and wait. Day 25, Merry Christmas. With love and joy to all. Pig the Elf. On Christmas Eve, Christmas Eve, that most merry of nights, the carols, the snowflakes, the small twinkly lights. Santa was coming, 'twas bigger than big, but no one was feeling more festive than Pig. How he loved Christmas, he'd giggle with glee. The presents, for me, me. He'd written his list and he'd asked for a lot, but Santa takes orders, so why the heck not? The presents, he screamed out again. When will he get here? Oh, when? Tell me when. He'll come when we sleep, said his lovely friend Trevor. But Pig shouted, Sleep? I'll have none whatsoever. Sleep is for fools. Oh yes, sleep is for losers. I won't go to bed with the rest of you snoozers. I'm sitting up late. I'll be here when he comes. I declare by the stockings and gingerbread crumbs. So Trevor went dutifully off to his bed, but naughty old Pig stayed up just like he said. The waiting was endless, but Pig held his ground. Then at 3:33, well, he heard a strange sound. And guess who had made the mysterious noise? A portly old gent with a bag full of toys. He piled up some presents that marked Trevor and Pig. Then he picked up his milk and he took a big swig. But then, as he turned to go back on his way, a short, cranky dog appeared, shouting out, "Hey!" "I asked for more," hollered Pig in dismay, but Santa turned round and then hurried away. "Hey!" shouted Pig, sounding very unkind. Then he nipped poor old Santa's big rosy behind. Up through the chimney or out to the sleigh, Pig held on tight. "You're not getting away. Don't be a cheapskate. I want all my stuff. The pile that you left is just not enough." But the sleigh took off fast. Gee, those reindeer were speedy. And away fell their guest. Yes, the elf who was greedy. But as Trevor lay dreaming of holiday cheer, a real Christmas miracle happened right here. Yes, Pig must be blessed. He survived that big drop and was saved by a tree with an angel on top.